now going to run through some stretches which are particularly relevant for after skiing, and these are great to do when you've done your day's skiing before you hit the après ski, so just do them when you come back in. You'll need your remedial band. If you don't have a remedial band, then have a scarf. We'll put that to one side for the moment because we're going to start loosening up the buttocks and the lower back. So come to lying on your mat in the relaxation position, and we're going to do the Piriformis stretch, which is a deep buttock muscle, and the glutes, which are the major big buttock muscles. So from your relaxation position here, let's start by bringing the left foot to the outside of the right thigh. Take hold of the left knee and draw diagonally across your body to your right shoulder. So it's not going to the right hip, it's going right across, diagonally across the body to the shoulder. And keep your shoulders relaxed here, and you should get a nice stretch through the left buttock and the left hip. So just bring that knee up to whatever level is comfortable. Make sure the right knee doesn't drop into the midline, otherwise you lose the stretch. So keep the right knee in line with the right hip. And we're going to hold this here for a few breaths just to get a really good stretch. As it releases at one level, you can just gently encourage that knee across the body a little bit more. Now, to take that stretch a little bit further, you're going to bring the right leg up, and using the right thigh, you're going to help bring the left leg towards your chest. So keep hold of your left knee, but now hold on to the left foot. And you'll notice that whereas the left knee was in line with the right shoulder before, the left knee is now in line with the left shoulder, and the left foot is in line with the right shoulder. So use your right thigh to help bring your left leg towards your chest. While we're here, we can do some ankle circles on the right ankle. Might as well loosen that up in a few circles in one direction, a few circles in the other. Always keeping the shoulders relaxed too, don't bring any tension there. Okay, still your right foot, and use your right thigh for a couple more breaths to help bring that left leg up to your chest. Getting a really good stretch, and then drop your right foot down and release your left foot back to hip width apart, both knees and feet. So now bring your right foot to the outside of your left thigh, take hold of your right knee and draw diagonally across the body to your left shoulder, keeping your shoulders relaxed, making sure your left knee doesn't drop in. Keep the right foot to the outside of the left thigh, and use your breath to release into the right hip and buttock here. Just go as far as you feel comfortable, not so tense that you're not really relaxed into it. And this gets the piriformis muscle, which is a deep buttock muscle, lies under the main glute muscles. And then to take this stretch a bit further, now bring the left knee up, keep hold of the right knee, but now hold on to the right foot as well, and using your left thigh to bring your right leg up towards your chest. And let's do some ankle circles on the left ankle. A few circles in one direction and a few in the other. Keep your shoulders relaxed, keep using your left knee to bring your right foot to the chest. Now still your left foot, and stay here for a couple more breaths, really getting your right knee and right foot as near to your chest as you possibly can, but keeping the shoulders relaxed and relaxing into it. Use your breath. Good. Now drop your left foot down, and now let your right leg hang over your left thigh. So you've got the back of your right knee right over the thigh, your arms back by your side. Now take your knees and hips over to your right, so the left hip will come off, and you can relax and roll your head over to your left, the opposite way to your knees and hips. And relax in here. So let your right leg be really heavy over your left thigh, and you get a really nice stretch through the top of the left leg. It's a nice stretch for the lower back, this. Also the outside of the thigh, all of which get worked a lot in skiing. Keep the shoulders relaxed, the left shoulder blade is relaxed on the floor. And now to bring your knees and hips back to the center, pull in your core, get your back onto the floor of the mat and bring your knees and hips to the center. Keep your legs crossed as they are, and now take your knees and hips over to your left as you roll your head to the right. So now my right hip has come off. Now, if you've got enough of a stretch there, just relax into that. But if you want to take the stretch a bit further, put your left hand behind your right knee and take that right hip off a little bit more, but only as long as my right shoulder blade stays on the mat and stays relaxed. I've got a nice stretch through the left side of my neck here as I roll my head over towards the right. So keep your jaw relaxed, keep your face soft. And then to come back to the center, pull in your core. Think about getting your back onto the mat to bring your knees and hips to the center. And now let's cross your legs the other way. So now my left leg is hanging over my right thigh. So the back of my left knee is right over my thigh. And I'm going to take my knees and hips over to my right as I roll my head back to the left. And if that's strong enough like that, then hold that there. If not, you can put your right hand behind your left knee and draw your left hip off a little bit more, but my left shoulder blade doesn't shift. Relax the head, get a nice stretch to the right side of the neck, relax the shoulders, relax the legs and the hips. Stay here for a couple more breaths. So this is really relaxing to do after a heavy day skiing as well. And then you'll earn your glass of wine or your beer after this and your après-ski. And then pull in your core, come back to the center, keep your legs crossed as they are, and now take your knees and hips over to your left, roll your head to the right. And now I've got my left leg over my right thigh, so just let those be heavy and get a nice stretch down the outside of my right thigh. And just enjoy this. You can close your eyes if you wish. Just relax into this. Just make sure you're not subtly holding on to any tension in your legs. And then to come back to the center, pull in your core, get your back onto the mat, bring your knees and hips back to the center, and then uncross your legs with your legs, feet and knees being hip width apart. Get your band now, and we'll do the leg stretches with the band. And we'll start with the right leg. So put the band around the sole of your foot and the base of your toes. Hold one end of the band in each hand and bring your right leg up as much above the hip as you possibly can, but keep straight behind the knee. So if you find that up here you're bending the knee, then take your leg a little bit further down. It's really important to keep straight behind the knee. So your foot is flexed, have that sense of reaching away through your heel, your toes are towards your chest. Have your elbows relaxed on the floor. Watch your wrist alignment so the back of your hands is on a line with the back of your forearm, and relax your shoulders. So use your breath to relax into this, getting a good stretch behind the legs. You'll find that after a lot of skiing, or even just one day skiing, you get very tight behind the leg. Most of the time you've got your knees bent, so this is really good to stretch this out. And now don't work from the whole of the leg, just from the outside of the ankle. Turn the sole of the foot in, so you've got a stretch on the outside of the ankle and the outside of the shin here. And you've got a nice stretch there. So just hold that for a few breaths. If you want to take the stretch a bit more, you can take your leg just an inch or so across your body. Remember to keep your shoulders relaxed. Just get a good stretch there. Good. And now take both ends of your band into your right hand. If you put your fingers on top, thumb underneath, then you keep good wrist alignment. Point your right foot and take the right leg directly out to the side away from you. You can relax the left knee out a bit and get a little bit of a stretch on the inside thigh there. With the right leg, you want to keep that foot pointed and turn the leg out very slightly from the top of the thigh. And just get a nice inside thigh stretch here. You will lose neutral pelvis here a bit, so don't worry if the left hip is coming off a touch, but keep pulling in your core, keep nice and strong, shoulders relaxed, and let the band support your leg. Stay here for a couple more breaths. You want to really hold these stretches for roughly half a minute, 30 seconds each one. I'm just going to do one on each leg today, but you can do more if you're doing them at home. Now to come back to the center, bend your knee just slightly, get your back onto the mat, get your pelvis back in neutral, and then when your leg is back above the hip, then you can straighten your leg again. And now take your band into your left hand, so fingers on top, thumb below. And now keeping your right foot flexed, take the leg across your body, keeping straight behind the knee. Try not to let this hip lift very much to begin with, but just isolate this leg and you get a really strong stretch here, often a strong stretch there, all the way through the leg. So just see how much you can get that leg to go across your body, keeping straight behind the knee, keeping the foot flexed. So keep reaching away through the heel. We'll stay here for a couple of breaths. It's quite strong, so really use your breath. Focus and visualize that stretch being released. And then as long as it's not too strong, so keep there if it is. And now the right hip can come off. Just relax the left knee out to the side, arm by my side, my right arm by my side, and my right shoulder staying on the mat. And now my right leg has come right over, parallel to the floor. Keep straight behind the knee. Keep reaching through the heel so the foot is flexed. And use your breath to relax in here. So you're getting a really good stretch through the hip, the buttock, the back of the leg, all of which you use a lot when you're skiing. And relax into this for a few breaths. It's very easy to subtly hold on to tension, so really just use your breath and focus on just getting that release where it really is a strong stretch. Stay here for a couple more breaths. And then to come back to the center, pull in your core, bend your knee to the chest, get your back onto the mat and come back. Now keep the band around your right foot until you swapped over. So bring your left foot up now into the band around the sole of the foot and the base of the toes. Drop your right foot down onto the mat, back in line with the right hip, and now bring the left leg up above the left hip. As straight as you can behind the knee, reach away through the heel, toes towards your chest, elbows down the mat, relaxing your arms, relaxing your shoulders, and use the band to support your leg above the hip as much as you can. And get a good stretch here. So as I said before, I'm just doing one of each of these stretches on each leg. But if you're very tight, go back and do 2, if not 3, until you feel they've really released. It's very relaxing actually, just lying down here on the band. So it's a good way to end the day. And now from the outside of the ankle, turn the sole of the foot in. So I'm getting a nice stretch the outside of my left ankle, going down the outside of my left shin. If I want to take that stretch a bit further, I just bring my left leg across the body, just an inch or so, but keeping straight behind the knee. I'm getting a nice stretch here. So these bands are very good, but if you don't have a band, then a scarf will do. Okay, now bring the foot back to being flat again. Take both ends of your band in your left hand now, as we're doing the left leg, fingers on top, thumb underneath. Point your left leg, take the left leg out to the side, away from you, turning out from the top of the thigh. Relax the right knee out as well. It helps counterbalance the pelvis to a certain extent, but you also might get a little stretch here. The main stretch is in the leg that's going out to the side. So relax here. Really point that left foot, turn the left leg out, and get a good stretch. I'll hold this here for a couple more breaths. And then to come back to the center, bend the knees slightly to get your pelvis back into neutral. Bring your right leg back in line with the hip and straighten the leg again, back to being flexed. So now take the band into your right hand, fingers on top, thumb underneath, and bring the left leg across the body, keeping straight behind the knee and keeping the left hip down just for a few breaths. This is very strong. So just relax into this for a few breaths. Don't take it too strong to begin with. Keep straight behind the knee, keep reaching away through the heel, toes towards you. And then as long as that's not too strong, now I'm going to bring my left hip off, relax my right knee out to the side, and bring my left leg over so it's parallel to the floor. My left shoulder stays where it is, that hasn't moved, and I'm keeping my foot flexed, and I'm using my breath to release, also keeping my good wrist alignment here. So relax that leg, let the band support your foot and your leg, and get a good stretch through this left hip and the left leg. Couple more breaths. And then to come back to center, bend the knee into your chest, use your core, get your back onto the mat, and then take the band away. And put your band to one side. Now come to lying on your side, and we're going to do the side quad stretch again. I know that we've done this already when we did it after the leg strengthening exercises, but I'm going to include this with the stretches because it's really important to stretch out the quads. So I'm on my side and I'm going to stretch the top quad. So I'm going to bring my knee to my chest, take hold of the front of my ankle, and then I'm going to draw my heel round to my buttock, making sure the knee is lengthening away from me here. So keep my hips to the front, keep my tummy in. I can either support my hand in my hand here or relax it down. It's not great without a cushion, so I'm going to keep my head in my hand here. So we want to hold this, get a good stretch, shoulders staying relaxed, get a really good stretch in the quad there, and then release. So come onto your other side to do the other quad. So come onto the other side, bring your top knee into your chest, reach the front of your ankle and draw that knee around. So keep the quads nice and supple and flexible, and then you won't have so many problems with your knees when you're skiing. Get a good stretch through the knee as well. Okay, have that sense of your knee lengthening away from you. Tummy in, hips forward, shoulders relaxed. Couple more breaths. And release. Great, so that's a nice little stretchy session to do at the end of a day's skiing. I really strongly suggest that you try and do that once a day, if at all possible, before you go out and enjoy your evening.